Hello, and welcome back to Galactic Reviews. And this week we watched the movie Marty Supreme. It's about a guy who made orange ping pong balls. It really is just it. It's hard to describe. Thomas tried to explain it, and then you guys before we went with you and Gabe to go see it, Andrew,
Yeah,
and it was just all over the place. You were just and if I'm not mistaken, like it was very hard to describe. And then when you got in the movie, watched it. I think even you said, yeah, I don't know how to describe this movie to anybody.
it doesn't really have a plot. It's got like an idea,
Yeah, it's
but
just,
it doesn't have a plot.
yeah.
I was so confused.
The main plot is this guy is trying to be a ping pong champion. Goes to a tournament, ends up losing, and then tries to do a whole bunch of things in order to get enough money to go back and win again and regain his honor.
That he never had to begin with.
Yeah, it's kind of all over the place because it's essentially most of the film is just him going from place to place to place to place to place trying to scam money to go to the thing.
Yeah.
So it's chaotic, and I think you nailed it, Andrew, at the theater when you mentioned it's similar to Caught Stealing, but it doesn't feel as random because the character is as random as the plot, so it works.
hmm
And yeah, I gotta agree with that. So I know I'm kind of stealing from you, but a lot of what I'm thinking was similar to what you said. So trying to give you as much credit as I can. But yeah, all in all, I think Timothy Chalamet did good. I think Gwyneth Paltrow did good. Um, I think the cast was good. I do think it was a bit overhyped by my brother. But I mean, other than that, it was a good film. It's not. I don't know if I want to say it's anything great, but it's still a decent film. I'd probably give it a 7.5 out of 10. So, and
Nice.
I know, Andrew, you thought less of it in the theater, and then when you got out, I think a day later, you thought differently about it. So,
Yeah. Sure, I'll go. Sound
yeah, the
that's a good
segue,
segue.
segue. Yeah, that's what I was
Um,
trying to do.
there are movies that you need to just sit with to really like, I guess, feel how good it is. The Long Walk was one of them. At first I was like, oh, interesting movie. And then like I kept thinking about that movie for a week. I'm like, dang, that was a good movie. There are not that many movies like that you're still thinking about after a week. In a good way. In a good way. Um, I'm sure The Godfather is one of them. Um,
Yeah,
just the occasional rare movie where you're like, dang, what a movie. Um, that's what this movie did. At first, I was like, man, that movie was all over the place. Timmy did great. Timothy did awesome. The other actors did real good. They played their roles well. But man, it was all over the place. And then after about 24 hours, I was like, man, what a movie. Um, yeah, the plot, you can't really decide like, oh, a young man wakes up and finds out that he's actually the last Jedi of this mystical race, and he has to try to defeat his father and bring back order to the universe. There's no plot like that. It's literally just pursuit, a desperate pursuit for excellence. This kid has a dream and he wants it so badly that he will do whatever it takes to get it. Um, Scamming, committing crimes, or just absolutely groveling and humbling himself in order to achieve this dream.
yeah,
And because of how chaotic he is, all his choices are chaotic. And so the movie itself is just all over the place because that's the
Hmm.
movie's about him and that's who he is. Um, I really enjoyed it. I think while I don't know it could be the best movie of the year, um, I've heard candidates for other movies that I've yet to see. Um, but it's probably one of the best movies that I did see of, I guess, last year. I'm forgetting the movies of last year already. Um, yeah, I can't think of anything that currently rivals it as far as
From
what
last
could be
year?
a best movie. Huh?
From last year?
Yeah.
F1 was really good.
F1 was good, but I would not
Superman
put
was
that
really
as
good.
best movie.
Really?
No. It was just a good Brad Pitt movie. It's just a solid, good Brad Pitt movie.
Hmm.
Uh, Running Man, no.
Superman was
Long
good.
Walk, no. Haven't seen one battle after another, but I know people are raving about it.
Sonic, the Sonic movie.
Nuremberg was good, but again, I don't think it could win best movie.
Yeah. I thought Superman was good. I don't know if it'll win
Superman,
best
ooh,
movie, but
I think out of pure enjoyment, I think I liked Superman more.
yeah.
Out of which one's the better film? It might be Marty Supreme, but Superman's up there. I yep, not seen much. Anyways, yep, great. To me, unless I see anything else that could compete with it, I think Timothy Chalamet could take Best Actor. Granted, there is bias in there because I love him, but my goodness, yeah, like,
Yeah, no, he did a good job being focused and somehow still being all over the place
yeah,
with the
bias
script.
is creeping into this one. It makes me want to put it at like a 9, but I wouldn't say this is one of my favorite films. I honestly don't even know if I'm gonna watch it more than 2 or 3 times in my life. Like it was really good, but not a movie that I'm like, I love that movie. Put it on again.
Yeah.
Um, I'd watch it again to show it to someone that has no idea what it's about. That's probably why I'd watch it. I'm
Yeah,
like, oh, you haven't seen this? Putting it on.
this very much feels like a one and done type of movie.
Yeah. So I'd probably give it like an 8. Like I really enjoyed it, but a 9 and 10 are like these are my favorite movies. I could watch them no matter how many times I've seen it. Dune 2 is a 10 for me. There's so much bias there, but I love Dune 2.
Are you
Um,
excited for Dune 3?
we'll see.
Did
We
you watch
definitely
the
will
did you
see.
watch the Dune Prophecy
I
show
think I
on
watched
HBO
all but
Max?
like the last episode of it.
I
Did you
haven't
like it
seen
at
it.
all?
It was fine. It was
Okay.
fine. I don't know. I never read the source material that it comes from, so I'm not sure.
Okay.
It was fine. It was just Dune universe stuff, kind of like the Star Wars shows are. So if you don't know the deep lore, you're like, all right. Um, yeah, so solid 8. Solid 8.
Okay.
Nice, nice, nice. For a movie as what it is, I'll give this probably like a 7.5. For my enjoyment of this movie, it's like a 3 or 4. Um,
Really?
yes, I
Really?
did not like this movie
Oh, really? I thought you would have
personally.
laughed at the beginning scene and the end scene.
Why the beginning? Why?
Because I looked over at Andrew. Andrew was laughing hysterically when that
It's hilarious. I was like,
I mean,
wow,
I was not prepared for it, yes,
they're coming out
but
swinging.
yeah, I
so
was not prepared for that to be the opening scene.
and
I
then
was mostly confused
my favorite thing,
as to why.
the funniest thing to me was at the end when like they had the whole baby encore of just crying. That continued in through the credits. I thought that was hilarious.
To be honest, I feel like I went brain dead halfway through the movie and don't remember the second half that well.
That's not uncommon for you, Zach.
I just was not that engrossed into this movie. I think visually and everything else, everyone did a great job in this movie. It just was not a movie for me. That's why I gave it 2 scores instead of just the one, because I think it's a great movie, just not for my taste. Um, yeah,
Understandable.
yeah. Um, it was just it was all over the place, and the dude was just a dick throughout the whole movie. And I kind of just turned my brain off after like halfway. And I'm like, I could care less about what happens. He could be hit by a train, and I would still cheer for this movie. Perfectly honest. I understand it's a somewhat true story.
Yeah, it's just
I
a
don't know
narcissist.
how true of a story it
From what
is
my brother
for his
said,
life.
for what Thomas said, it's loosely based off of a couple different people. So it's not
Yeah, it's
Like
loose.
completely true.
people's account of how this guy lived, or
No, like just different people that would have I don't, he didn't explain exactly,
okay,
but
like
just like it's
perspective.
based off of different people. So I don't
Okay,
know if that's like different people's perspectives or different people's stories were all kind of Frankenstein together into
okay,
this movie. But
okay. I see.
I mean, the guy it's based off of, his name's not Marty Mauser, but it's Marty Reisman, or right? Yeah, Marty Reisman. Um, a lot of the stuff he did was crazy. I did hear about that.
mm,
Okay,
Um, uh, uh, Table tennis hustler and champion, flamboyant, skilled player from New York's Lower East Side, known for gambling and betting on himself. He uses charisma and talent to hustle matches and famously challenged Japanese champion, revolutionizing the sport with new paddle technology. But apparently, he
got
did a
you.
bunch of other crazy stuff.
Got you.
mm.
I'm also just not interested in table tennis, to be perfectly
That's fair.
honest.
That's fair.
I've dabbled in table tennis and it's just not for me. Um, it's, I mean, as I said, it was a good movie for what it was, just not one for me. I don't know what else to say. I think you guys hit all the points. Mostly for it. I'm like, it was to the point where they were like, just keep the dog in the back of the car and we'll take it to the vet eventually. I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
I'm no longer interested. You take that dog to the vet,
yeah,
take the dog to the vet, and then you get the extra money after you come back. That would be the smart move, but you know, not a smart man. Well, kind of. I mean, he kind of was. He did
yeah. This movie is
kind of
essentially,
revolutionize this sport.
yeah, this movie is essentially just if a narcissistic, nihilistic but talented table tennis player just went after the gold, essentially, by any means necessary.
But yeah, yeah.
So, and I found it
At some
interesting.
point, I felt like it was gonna be like some like run and gun type of movie, like he was gonna hold more people hostage or whatever at the beginning of the movie. He holds the dude hostage, and I'm like, is this gonna be a running theme throughout this movie about table tennis?
Yes.
And then I enjoyed that it gets brought up later when he goes back home.
Yeah,
But I'm like,
yeah.
goodness gracious.
It's weird this movie because it's
It's
all over the place,
it's
but it all still threads together, which is I
yes, it
think is
all
why it's so
makes
hard to describe it.
yes. It does all thread together, and I I can't even say makes sense. It makes sense in its own way, but it's still very
It's still all over the place.
unorthodox. Yes.
And I
And
think
I'm
that's and what Andrew said at the theater when we watched it. It's very much just it. This character embodies that. That's why it works. Whereas it kind of
yes.
didn't work so much with caught stealing.
Yeah.
So and when he said that, I was like, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
So, I think the reasoning for the opening scene with the sperm and egg is because none of these people are reliable. So we needed to see it in order to know, okay, that's actually his kid. Because that's the only
Yeah.
reasoning for that scene.
Yeah.
Um, and
Pretty
the
much.
and the end scene is kind of to see like is to kind of see a Marty Mauser's sort of change on perspective of life after he won and seeing his kid, even for just a brief moment, because it doesn't give us a whole bunch of what he was like before him trying to do all this
hmm
table tennis stuff and having this like goal, and we don't really get to see much of him afterwards, even though we don't really get to see much of his motivations other than going to see his baby mama and his newborn kid. So
Because let's be honest, how did he know it was his kid? It's the well, at that point it would have been no, yeah, still the late 50s.
I mean,
So
I mean, he's an unreliable narrator. Like he
Yeah,
could have knew it was his kid, like as
That's
soon as
true.
he got confronted and was like, "Oh shit, that's mine," but I can't handle this now, so I'm just gonna lie to her.
That's also true.
which
He
is why
did
that
lie
scene was
throughout the
there.
whole movie saying his parents were dead, pretty much.
Well, that's what
So,
I'm saying. That's why that scene was there. The whole reason for that scene was to show, okay, this is the stuff that we know as facts, and this is how they're going to lie around it to get through this movie.
that's fair.
So
That's fair.
otherwise, that scene makes no sense and it's just there for laughs, which I guess is part
The
would be
other
a
one
reason.
is
But
just I guess like he either chose to accept that was his kid, like, okay, I guess that's my kid, or like husband's out of the picture. I love her. It's going to be my kid now, regardless of whether or not it's actually
That's
mine.
fair. That's fair.
either way, it was like a short but simple epilogue of showing like him moving on
Mm-hmm. Like
after
he
achieving
got his
his
dream.
goal and kind of ruining everybody's life around him.
He hit his dream.
Yeah.
He did. He did. He also hit that actress.
Yeah.
That was a surprise. I was not expecting that to actually succeed in a weird way like that.
Did you? Well, I know you said you slept about halfway through the film,
I
or you
did
kind of
not
dozed
sleep.
off. You kind of dozed off.
I was watching it in my room, kind of lost interest and started playing games and listened to it instead. It
Okay.
was just disengaged.
Okay. So I think when I first watched it with my brother Thomas, I didn't quite catch that scene where she goes up and then all of a sudden, like within the next scene, she's crying. So
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah, and then I caught it. I was like, oh, that's because they gave a bad review on the newspaper. Like it was like a blink and you'll miss it
It
kind
was
of.
subtle.
It was very
Yeah.
subtle. Like you would have missed it if you didn't go back and watch it a second time. So, or if you weren't paying attention close enough, you would have missed it. So, and I'm pretty sure there's more. There might be more
Oh, I'm sure
instances of
there's a
that,
lot of
but
instances in this movie with like subtle stuff like
yeah.
that.
Well, I mean, the whole thing with like the paddle that Endo used,
Hmm.
being sponsored by the Rockwell Inc.
Hmm.
Mhm.
It's never really expressed that that was actually something that they were making before Marty showed him about table tennis.
Oh, well, you can pretty much guarantee that it wasn't because he even said when he went to hire him for that sponsorship, thank you for showing me table tennis because now I can actually do
Are you
something with it.
thinking that the pen company sponsored the paddle?
Well, I mean, it's not. I went when I watched it the second time. I was looking for it, and the back is very well hidden every single time they show Endo at the beginning.
Yeah, so yeah,
So,
no, I mean it was just a new paddle type of paddle.
Yep,
but I
I
mean,
believe
it
he
was the
made it
same. It was the same,
himself.
but it's the same type of paddle Endo was using at the beginning.
Yes, because
Oh, you
Endo
mean the one
probably.
he spanked him with?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I guess he had it because of the deal he made.
Well, yeah, I'm assuming he did. Well, also on top of that, I think they also were making those. It seemed like maybe I don't know, but
I don't think so because I mean,
that's the
unless
impression
he.
I got was like, oh yeah, they've been making these now, or like they were the ones that made them to begin with. I don't.
Well, I don't know because he did make a reference saying, I've never really paid attention to table tennis before you.
Yeah. Well, he
So,
said he didn't realize how big it was.
yeah, how big it was. So, pretty
So
much, Marty pretty much told him about it. And then he's like, oh, I can actually do something with this.
yeah,
So, I don't think he started doing anything until after that. So, I
yeah,
don't think he was
but it's
sponsoring him before.
yeah, but it's also not clear though,
No,
because
you're
when I
right.
went and watched it, the second time with Andrew and Gabe, um,
God bless you.
I was thank you. When uh, I was I was looking for it deliberately the second go round, and it's
All
not
right.
clear to say it's whether or not it's there. So
Okay.
So it could be,
Yeah,
could
I have
not
no
be.
idea
It's
then.
it's unclear. But I mean, that was just something that went on in my head. It was like, did he? Did he not?
No clue.
We don't know.
Was it something like his company was doing, but he didn't think too much of it, or
No clue. Thank you everybody for watching this week of Galactic Reviews. Let us know what you thought about Marty Supreme. Is it Kino and going to win all the awards, or is it just a massive cinephile movie buff, prestigious, pretentious flop? Either way, let us know. Let us know if there's anything you want us to watch, and join us next time as we watch the third installment of the Avatar series, Fire and Ash. I can't wait to watch a movie that's centered around the most racist Marine you know and his Filipino wife.